let's take for the third, what is this statement? For example, if we let S be the set of all vowels in the English alphabet, we can list all of the members or the elements of S in a set notation. Now, the set notation, as you can see, as reflected in the projected screen, you have S equals to the braces and then the elements inside it. So, how do we read this? So, since the letter A is an element of the set S, then we write A element of S. So, this symbol here is the symbol for element. Okay. For example, if I will ask you, okay, so Jesselyn, can you give me a set of counting numbers? Let's say, for example, when we say counting numbers or natural numbers, naturally you will give me set of counting numbers, right? Can you give me an example?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until positive infinity, right? Correct? But in mathematics, natural numbers is represented by n. Correct? So meaning to say, we let, for example, we let any number that is in the counting numbers, let's say for example, 1 to be an element of the counting numbers n or natural numbers. So if we have, let's say, -5, and we know that -5 is part of the real number system, then we say that -5 is an element of the real number system. Okay? Because the real number system is a huge classification, right? So there are a lot. So we cannot, by listing them down, Jesselyn, that is why we are writing them in symbols. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. Now, since the letter B is not an element of S, as you can see, because the set notation, which is the set S, consisting of elements A, E, I, O, U, so you notice that B is not an element of S. So therefore, we write that in symbol as B, not an element of S. Because B, precisely, as you can see, is not found within the collection. Correct? Do you understand? Okay. Now, and then on the third statement, it says there that since there are 5 elements in S, we write that n, or the number of elements in the set S, is equals to 5. So whenever we see that notation, we know that there are only 5 elements within the set. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so from the first part until that part, any question?
No, sir.
No. Okay, so it says here for practice now, for number 1, A is the set of even positive integers less than 10. So what are those positive integers that are less than 10?
0, 2, 4, 6, 8.
Okay, so we have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So that is the elements that belongs to set A, correct, Jesselyn?
Yes.
Okay, so this is already.
On I, it says that A is an element of set A, which is true.
Okay, why is it true? Can you justify?
Because the number 8 is an element of set A.
So if you justify, we don't use the word element because it says there already 8 is an element of A. So when we justify, we say since 8 falls part of the collection of the set A, therefore we can say that 8 is an element of A, and that is a true statement. Correct? Okay, 2I.
7 is not an element of A. This is true because number 7 is in this set A.
Okay, correct.
3I, 10 is an element of A. This is false because number 10 is
Okay, then proceed.
How do you mean that I?
Yeah, that's 4.
Okay. Number 4. 0 is not an element of A. This is false because in the set A, 0 therefore it is an element of set A.
Okay, so Jesseline, I just would like to ask you, because for number 1, do you think the sets are all correct when we speak about letter A? List all elements of A in the set notation.
I just realized it's wrong because 0 is not positive.
Yes, correct. Because 0 is neither positive nor negative, right? Okay, so meaning to say, we have to remove 0 here because 0 is not positive integers, less than 10. Correct?
Yes.
So therefore, for I, we have 0 element of A, not element of A. Is that a true statement or a false statement? Okay, so this is a true statement. Okay, proceed to letter C.
Using the notation,
Element or not an element.
element or not an element, describe whether each of the following numbers is an element of or is not an element of A.
Okay, so let's take 1i. 2 is an element of A.
Yes.
Okay, yes, that's correct. How about 5?
5 is not an element of A.
Okay, and then,
9 is not an element of A.
okay, and then,
6 is an element of A.
okay, an element. But take note, be careful when you write the symbol, Jesseline, right? So when we say element, this is actually a small letter E. It's like this. Okay, do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, you don't use capital letter here. Okay, let's take number 2.
Given that B, the set B consists of 6, 9, 12, 15 until 30, find the value of
The number of elements in the set B. How do we say this again?
number of elements in set B.
So you look at the trend, the pattern, right? So you have 3, 6, 9, 12. So we have actually the numbers are increasing by how much, Jesseline? It increases by 3. So since there is you see there that there is a continuous dot, right? And it was not stated, all the elements was not listed, correct? And you are asked to find the value of the number of elements within the set B, correct?
Yeah.
So how do we determine the number of elements? So we have to list them down. And then how do we list them down? So we look at the pattern, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you notice you have there 3, and then 6, 9, 12, 15, after 15 plus 3, 18, plus 3, 21, plus 3, 24, plus 3, 27, plus 3, 30. Okay, so from there, you have already the complete number of elements within the set. So we are able to count the number of elements within that set B. So how many elements are found in set B?
Number of elements found in set is 10.
Okay, it's 10. That's correct.